back to my channel. It's Melissa in Minnesota, and I am doing another tag video. Again, Mariah Sierra 94. Thank you, Mariah. The last video that she did was the foundation tag, and she tagged me in that one. I'll link the video below for that. This tag is called the My Makeup Story tag, and I really like doing tags, and I hope you guys like watching them on my channel. It's kind of a good way to know a little bit more about me. And I would love to hear your answers to these. So if you want to leave your answers below in the comment section, I would really enjoy reading those and getting to know a little bit about you as well. And so yeah, there are 10 questions. So let's get started. The first question is, how old were you when you started wearing makeup? And I grew up in the South, and that's kind of like one of the things, you hit a certain age and then that's kind of, I guess, maybe your rite of passage. So I was 13 and I started wearing makeup, but I remember my mom, she, let's just say I started wearing makeup in the 80s, and if you remember the 80s, if you're in my age group, you know that the 80s was very bold, very wild, very bright blue eyeshadows and just over the top. And my mom wanted to make sure that I went with more of a natural, basic, muted style. So I remember her, she always wore Mary Kay, and so she had a Mary Kay consultant come, and then I was able to select some colors. And I remember I thought it was so cool because I got to pick and I believe it was a fuchsia shadow, and you know, everything else was basic, but I got to do one little bright bold color, and I thought that was really cool. But yes, it was kind of, like I said, a rite of passage, and I just remember being 13 and being able to wear makeup. 2, how did you get into makeup? Again, that was probably, like I said, you know, growing up in the South, watching my mom, she always wore makeup. She took off her makeup before she went to bed. I don't think she ever slept in her makeup. And that was like one of the first things she did when she awoke. She just, that was one of the things. A lady never leaves the house without lipstick. That was one of the things that she said. But, you know, it's kind of one of those things I really love the way my mom taught me, is makeup does not make you who you are. It enhances your natural features, but beauty comes from within inside. So it kind of, you know, even though I was always around makeup, seeing my mom put on makeup and just kind of watching that from a very young age, it was kind of cool to know that, you know, a beautiful thing that I didn't have to wear makeup if I didn't want to. And there were a lot of times that I did not. You know, I was more of a tomboy. I did sports. I was hanging around my brother and my father a lot, and we'd play baseball and stuff. And, you know, there wasn't a lot that I would wear. You know, I wouldn't put on a full face of makeup all the time unless I was dressing up for, let's say, Sunday school or a party that I was going to. But yeah, it was kind of one of those things. And I did always wear lipstick, so that was one thing, and it was a very a neutral color, so that was kind of cool. 3, what are some of your favorite brands? My favorite brands now, because I am gluten-free, if you've watched my channel, you know that. Cover FX is definitely one for foundation. They have BB cream, CC cream. They've got a cream solid foundation that comes in a compact, and they also have a powder foundation. So for gluten-free options, they have your need covered. They also have, you know, concealers in a stick form, in a cream form, you know, that comes in like a little tube. So yeah, for a favorite brand for a gluten-free foundation, Cover FX definitely. As far as lipsticks, I would say my favorite gluten-free brand has got to be Bite Beauty. Now I have to be careful with some of those because they do have a tocopherol, and even if I know they say they are certified gluten-free company, I have an issue with that ingredient, so I can't use like their matte, I think they're the pencils and the high pigment pencils because of that ingredient, but their cream, is it La Creme or cream, the lipsticks, I really like those. There are so many shades in that, so I mean, I could have a field day with that. I only have, I think it's 6 maybe that I have now, but that is definitely a line. Some of their lip glosses do not contain the tocopherol acetate. I can use those. I really like those. I think they're the honey lacquer. Yeah, they're honey lacquers. I really like those. As far as blushes, I have not tried any certified gluten-free brands. I'm okay using Tarte. I've mentioned before that that was one of my kind of product fails when I first went gluten-free with some of the Tarte products, but their blushes I don't have an issue with. So I continue to use those. I like them because they are long-lasting. They're in a powder form. Um, and they're perfect for long wear, and you know, I have different skin types based on summer, fall, or winter. It gets really dry in the winter, very oily in the summer. I don't have an issue with any of the blushes during any of the changes in weather and my skin type. So those are perfect. Love those. So yeah. As far as eyeshadows, again, I haven't tried any non or gluten-free eyeshadows, but offhand, Urban Decay has some really good ones in their palettes, and also Too Faced. Those are some other ones, but normally I don't wear eyeshadows. The Hourglass is the ambient lighting, the palette that has the three. I tend to wear those as eyeshadows. They've got the light, the medium, and I mean, perfect for highlighting. And those three colors are neutral, and I just wear those, and I absolutely love them. So for as far as brands and gluten-free version, that would be the ones I would stick with. 4, what does makeup mean to you? I kind of addressed that in the question. It's kind of the way I was taught, that my mother did teach me that makeup brought out your natural features, but it was not designed to make one beautiful. I don't think I don't think that anyway, and so that's just, you know, to each its own. That's my personal belief, but yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I could literally take it or leave it, but I do like, I'm going to say, not a girly girl, but I do like to be able to have fun, and I think that's, you know, makeup is a great way to express yourself, and that's kind of what I like. So yeah, that's my opinion, not everyone's opinion, but yeah, that's how I feel. So let's see, what, 5? If you could only wear 4 products on your face, what would they be? Definitely concealer. I do have some sunspots and blemishes occasionally that I would like to cover up, so I definitely need that. Lipstick, I think, is a plus. Um, so concealer, lipstick, definitely. I've noticed mascara. I will curl and use mascara. That brightens my eyes, so I don't even, you know, whether, um, you know, I don't even have to use eyeshadow or an eyeliner, but definitely mascara. And the 4th product would be probably blush, just a little bit of blush, because I notice as I get older, the pigment in my complexion has tended to faded. So yeah, I would say that, and it would probably be like a peachy pink, something that is flattering for all skin tones, and yes, so I like, it would be that shade, a peachy pink blush. 6, what is your favorite thing about makeup? Uh, I think I probably already addressed that, but it's kind of the ability to express yourself. You know, it's you could wear a neutral lipstick, and you know, then you wear a bold lipstick if you just kind of want to brighten. You know, it changes. You could wear the same, let's say, the same black T-shirt and jeans, but you wear a neutral lipstick and you're kind of downplay. You wear a bold lipstick and it's kind of dressed up. So yeah, just the ability to express yourself, and it can change your style, your fashion style. So I like that. Let's see, what was the next? What's your favorite thing about makeup? I think I already answered that. What do you think about drugstore makeup versus high-end makeup? I love the drugstore prices, but anyone who is celiac or gluten intolerant knows that that's kind of not an option if you're really, really sensitive. And so, yeah, it's the high end. I think they're able to test a little better as far as gluten ingredients. So, the products that I named, you know, you have Cover Effects and Hourglass. Those are high end. You're going to find those at Sephora. Not that I like their prices so much, but I know that I can be safe. And Bite Beauty, you know, you're paying $24 for a lipstick, but I know it's something that's not going to make me ill. And so, yeah, it's kind of one of those things that I've kind of accepted. I'm not going to get the drugstore discount prices, so that's, I would say the high end is probably my best option right now. Question 8, what is one tip of advice you can give to a beginner? Going back to what I said, use makeup to highlight your best features, not as a cover-up, not something to change your appearance. use it as an enhancer. And I think because like I said, going back to when I first started wearing makeup, start out with the basics, neutral colors, really work with those first. And again, this is just my opinion. I actually have boys, I don't have daughters, so I'm not sure. But if I had to address that to someone that's just starting out, it would definitely be that. Stick with the simplicity, go with, um, don't go with wild and try to hit every trend at once. You know, pick one thing if you want to do it. Do a bold eye and then a neutral lip, or do a bold lip and then a neutral eye. But don't pick those two things, and I mean, you'll end up looking like a clown. So try to keep it as natural as you can. 9. What is one makeup trend you never understood? I think in each decade there was kind of something that went on, and like I said, I started wearing makeup in the 80s, and then I went to the 90s, and then you go back to, I think, 2000, and that was more of a natural makeup look. So it kind of goes in trends, and different decades had different things. I don't think there's anything that, each trend in each decade was pretty popular, and I don't think there's anything that I don't understand about it. It was a way to express yourself, and I think with that belief, because it was a way to express yourself, is not something I look back on. Maybe the only thing that I think was a disadvantage to women as far as when they were plucking their brows really, really thin. Because sometimes they don't grow back, and then you end up penciling them in for the rest of your life. So that would probably be the only thing that I can think of yeah, just thinking of right now. But yeah, like I said, I think it expresses yourself, and each decade had its own trend, and so be it. um, Number 10, this is the last question. What do you think about the beauty community on YouTube? I really like the beauty community. I think I mentioned that in one of the past tags. I love the fact that anything that you may be interested in as far as beauty wise, like how to do your eyebrows, or how to do blush, or the latest you know, eyeliner trend. Anything that you want, you can find. In my case, it's kind of hard, and maybe it's not something that's out there yet, but which is why I started this channel, is for those with celiacs or a high gluten intolerance. Hopefully people will find my channel, and if you have those issues, then you can listen to what I use and how they affect me. But I like being able to go on and see a review for a product before I go out and buy it, or at least get an opinion. I'm not saying that everyone's opinion is going to sway my feeling on whether or not I should purchase an item, but it gives me an insight to what someone else has tried and used, and how they react to it. So yeah, like I said, if it's out there, you can find it, and see what's going on, and how other people are liking something, and I love that about it. And everyone is really cool, as far as, there might be negative comments here or there, but I kind of, for me personally, take it like a grain of salt. I think most people do that. Everyone has a bad day, and they may say something that they don't mean. That's probably the worst thing about the YouTube community, is people tend to say things or type things before they think. But overall, I find that it's a very great community, especially some of the YouTubers, beauty bloggers that I follow, and I really like it. So yeah, I hope everyone, that's the end of my questions and my answers. I hope everyone had a great weekend or a great day whenever you're watching this video. And by watching my video and seeing my answers to the questions, that you learned something a little bit about me, and maybe some products that you can use. And hope everyone, again, has a great day, and I'll talk to you and see you in my next video. Bye, guys.